Imagine this for a second. You walk into, say, a really high-end store, maybe feeling a little intimidated already, and then boom, you're judged, mocked, dismissed.
Or worse.
Yeah, or worse, physically thrown out just because of how you look. It's pretty shocking when you think about it. Such a basic lack of respect.
It really is. And that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're doing a deep dive into this really powerful, kind of dramatic story. Our source is this YouTube video. It's called, well, the title's in Hindi, but it translates roughly to "Manager slapped IPS officer's mother. Next day, IPS madam taught the manager a harsh lesson. #crime." It's from a channel called True Spark.
Wow. Okay. That title definitely grabs you.
It does. And while it's just one story, it really opens up this whole can of worms about prejudice, power dynamics.
Right. So our mission here isn't just to, retell this crazy event. We want to use this story to peel back the layers, Look at prejudice, dignity under pressure, and what happens when justice comes from an unexpected place.
Exactly. How snap judgments can just wreck things, and maybe question what actually makes a person worthy in society's eyes.
So where does it all kick off?
It starts in this small city, Sindhurpur, at the fanciest jewelry store in town, Lakshmi Jewelers. That's the stage for this first really ugly encounter.
Okay, set the scene for us. Who's involved first?
So we meet Smith Vimla Devi. Now, she's the mother of Neha Singh. And Neha isn't just anyone. She's a senior IPS officer that's Indian Police Service. And she's also the district collector, basically the top official in the city.
A very important person.
Hugely important. But looking at her mother, Vimla Devi, you'd never guess. The source describes her, very simply, old clothes, but clean. Looks tired, maybe a bit worn down by life, but there's this innocence about her.
No outward sign of her daughter's status at all.
None. And that's the trigger, isn't it? The moment she steps into Lakshmi Jewelers, the judgment starts. Immediately.
How did people react?
Oh, it was instant. Customers, the staff, the manager, everyone just stares. Then the whispers start. Awful stuff, looks like a beggar wandered in, and who let her in, just dehumanizing.
God, that's horrible. How did Vimla Devi handle that?
Well, you can imagine she felt it, right? The judgment.
Yeah.
But she holds on to her dignity. She finds her courage, walks up to a salesman, and very politely asks to see a diamond necklace.
Okay.
And not just any necklace. She specifies a good and expensive one. Something very special.
So she's clearly stating her intention to buy something significant.
Absolutely. But does that matter to them? Nope. The salesman laughs. Actually laughs in her face, tells her she's not in a begging place, and threatens to call security to throw her out.
Just like that. Wow.
Just like that. Vimla Devi, she tries to reason with him, calmly says, "I'm not a beggar, I'm here to buy jewelry. I have money. Please don't judge me by my clothes." She actually calls out their prejudice directly.
For her. Did it help?
Not one bit. Another staff member jumps in, gets even more aggressive, threatens to beat her, says things like, "Beat you so much you won't be able to walk," even threatens to hit her with a slipper.
It's escalating really fast and becoming violent.
Totally unprovoked violence,
Yeah.
based purely on assumption and prejudice. And Vimla Devi, she's still composed somehow, though you can see the pain starting to show in her eyes. She just repeats firmly, "I'm a mother. I'm here to buy a necklace."
What about the other customers? Anyone step in?
No, quite the opposite. They're laughing, whispering, calling her crazy, questioning if she's lost her mind, thinking she could afford diamonds. It's like a mob mentality almost.
So no one showed any basic decency.
Seems not. Then they call the owner, Mr. Deepak, and you'd hope he'd bring some sense to it, right?
You would hope.
But no. He comes over, immediately calls her a beggar woman, demands they get rid of her, just piles on.
He just reinforces the staff's behavior.
Exactly. Vimla Devi makes one last attempt. She pleads with him, says she isn't joking, she really does have the money. She even says, if she were poor, she wouldn't have dared come into his fancy store.
That makes sense.
But Mr. Deepak, he's not listening. Loses his temper completely. Tells her to stop her nonsense. Threatens to slap her. And then he does it.
He actually slapped her.
According to the source, yes. A powerful slap right across the face in front of everyone.
Oh my God, that's assault.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sources, people were stunned. And then 2 security guards grab her and just brutally drag her out, throw her onto the street.
Thrown out onto the street, just awful.
It's a complete violation.
Yeah.
But here's a crucial detail the source mentions.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Recorded on the store's CCTV. They had no idea at the time, of course.
Okay. That's going to be important later, I imagine.
Definitely. So picture Vimla Devi now. sitting alone on the street, just crying her eyes out, thinking about everything she sacrificed, how she begged and starved, as the source puts it, to get her daughter educated to become the collector.
And now this humiliation.
Exactly. The thought of her daughter, Neha, finding out. It's torture for her. Even with Neha's high status, she feels this terrible insult deep in her heart, like a knife, the source says.
That must have been an incredibly long night for her.
Agonizing. She couldn't sleep, just reliving that insult. Finally, she can't hold it in anymore. She calls Neha.
Her daughter, the collector.
Yep. Neha's in her office, busy, sees her mom's name, smiles, answers warmly, but she immediately picks up that something's wrong.
Her mother's voice.
Yeah. Vimla Devi tries to sound okay, but she just breaks down crying. And Neha, her heart is set on fire, is the phrase used. She knows something terrible happened. She insists, you swear by me, you have to tell me everything. A really powerful oath between them.
So Vimla Devi tells her.
She does. Trembling, she recounts the whole thing. Being called a beggar, the threats, the owner's slap, being dragged out. Everything.
How did Neha react hearing that?
Oh, she was completely shaken. Tears, face red, eyes bloodshot, just shattered to hear about her mother's pain, but also, filled with this burning rage. She immediately vows revenge. I will not let this injustice go unpunished.
Understandable. That's her mother.
Absolutely. But first, she calms her mom down. Tells her not to worry, she's taking leave, coming home tomorrow, promises they'll go out, and crucially, I will definitely bring that diamond necklace at any cost.
So she's determined not just to get justice, but also fulfill her mother's original wish.
Exactly. But Neha doesn't sleep that night either. That promise, that need for justice, it's heavy.
So the next day, Neha arrives.
Yes. And it's this incredibly emotional reunion. They just hug and cry. It's like years of hardship and love and separation all pouring out in that one embrace.
Yeah.
Neha tells her mom how relieved she is that she told her the truth.
A powerful moment. What happens next? Do they go straight back to the store?
Not immediately. They share a meal first. Then Neha says, basically, okay, Mom, now we do what needs to be done. She has a plan.
And it's not just marching in there as the collector.
No, it's much more strategic. It involves a disguise. Neha changes into a simple, clean, red salwar suit, makes herself look like, an ordinary village girl, a total contrast to her actual position. Vimla Devi wears a simple white sari. They look like poor women from a village.
Ah, I see. She wants them to react the same way they did before.
Precisely. It's a test. So hand in hand, they walk back to Lakshmi Jewelers. Vimla Devi's heart is pounding, understandably, but Neha, calm, resolute.
And what happens when they walk in this time?
Predictably, the same thing. Instant silence, stares.
Yeah.
Then the whispers start again. Oh, look, the old woman's back. Brought her daughter this time. Probably going to make another scene. Laughter, disgust, comments about their status.
They didn't learn anything.
Not a thing. The bias is just automatic, but Neha ignores it. Holds her mom's hand tight, walks straight to the diamond section.
Okay, here we go again.
Yep. Neha, politely but firmly, asks a staff member to show them a diamond necklace.
And the reaction?
Just as rude as before. The staff member basically says, you people again, didn't you make enough trouble yesterday? You don't have the status to buy here. Just leave. Don't talk nonsense.
Unbelievable. The exact same prejudice.
Exactly. Neha takes a deep breath, stays calm, says, Madam, don't judge our status by our clothes. Maybe you don't know who you're talking to. Just show us the necklace.
Trying to give them one last chance.
Seems like it. But the staff member just gets angrier, calls them illiterate, accuses them of just wanting to waste time, look, and touch, threatens security again.
So it's just repeating the previous day?
Almost exactly.
Mm.
And then who shows up again? Mr. Deepak, the owner,
Yeah.
asks who's causing trouble, sees Vimla Devi.
And recognizes her.
Oh, yeah, and he immediately starts mocking both of them, calls them illiterate, threatens to throw them out again. He's just doubling down.
He has no idea who he's talking to.
None at all. And at this point, Neha's had enough. Her patience just snaps. You can see the anger flare in her eyes. She locks eyes with the owner.
This is the moment.
This is it. She says, loud and clear, listen before you speak. I am Neha Singh, the collector of this city, and if you speak such words about my mother or me again, you will regret it, understand.
Boom. How did they react to that?
You'd think shock, right? But no, they laugh. The owner, the staff, they burst out laughing.
They didn't believe her.
Not for a second. The owner scoffs. Collector, you look unfit to be a guard, let alone clean here, or go to the mirror. Their prejudice is so strong it overrides even this correct claim.
So what did Neha do?
Pulled out the proof, takes her official government ID card from her purse, and practically throws it at the owner.
The ID card. That changes things.
Instantly. Mr. Deepak looks at it, sees District Magistrate Neha Singh. The source says his face just went pale, hands shaking. He immediately clasps his hands together, bowing, apologizing profusely. "Oh, I had no idea, Collector Madam. I thought you were just a simple village girl. Please forgive me. What can I show you?"
Talk about a change in attitude. From contempt to total deference.
It's stark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shows respect based purely on power, not humanity. But Neha, she's still furious. She's not interested in jewelry now.
No, now it's about accountability.
Exactly. She demands to know by what right he slapped her mother, threw her out, humiliated her.
What does the owner say now? Can't deny it.
Oh, he tries. Tries to lie, says Vimla Devi, misunderstood. Claims they just sent her back. Denies the slap.
Even with her standing right there.
Yep. But Neha cuts him right off.
"I know everything, and I have proof." Then she delivers this killer line. "You made the mistake of judging me by my clothes, and today I will teach you that a person's worth is not defined by their clothes, but by their deeds."
Powerful. And she mentioned proof.
The CCTV footage. She demands to see it. Now the owner's really sweating, face drained of color. He reluctantly tells the manager to play it.
And it shows everything.
Everything. Clear as day. This owner slapping Vimla Devi, the guards dragging her out, the public humiliation. Neha watches it, heartbroken again to see her mother suffer like that, but her anger just solidifies. There's no denying it now. What did she say then, with everyone seeing the proof?
Her voice just rings out. "You treated my mother like this just because her clothes were simple. Do you think a person's worth is decided by their clothes?" She really lays into them. If someone comes to see jewelry, it's your job to show them. Whether they buy or not is their choice. Who are you to decide someone's status by their face and clothes?
She's calling out their entire business practice, their whole attitude.
And then she raises the stakes. She tells them flat out what they did wasn't just rude, it was a legal crime. Misbehavior, humiliating a woman. And she threatens to personally file a case. Ensure they all go to jail.
Wow. That threat carries weight coming from the district collector.
Absolutely. Suddenly, jail time is a very real possibility. And the owner, he collapses. Falls to his knees begging for mercy. But he makes another mistake.
What does he say?
He says he never would have done it if he'd known it was her mother. Back to the status thing.
And Neha wasn't having that.
Not at all. She cuts him off immediately. And this is really the core message of the whole story. She says, if she wasn't my mother, would it have been okay to insult her then? A human being deserves respect not because of their relationship or position, but because they are a human being, understood.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Universal respect.
Yeah.
Not conditional.
Exactly. It hits home. The owner, the staff, they all start expressing deep regret, promising they'll treat every single customer with respect from now on, no matter who they are.
Do you think they meant it, or were they just scared?
Maybe a bit of both. But the lesson seems to land. Neha pauses, closes her eyes for a second, takes a deep breath. She decides not to file the case this time.
Conditional forgiveness.
Very conditional. She gives them a really stern warning. If anything like this ever happens again to any customer in their shop, she will personally come back and they will all go to jail. No second chances, no apologies accepted then.
A clear line drawn.
Very clear.
Yeah.
And they accept it. Say they've learned their lesson. Hopefully they have.
So wrapping this up, what are the big takeaways from this really intense story?
Well, first, it's a stark reminder of how pervasive prejudice based on appearance and class really is, and how quickly it can turn ugly, discrimination, even abuse.
Yeah, definitely. It also shows incredible dignity, doesn't it? Vimla Devi's quiet strength facing that humiliation.
Absolutely. And that powerful family bond, a daughter's loyalty fueled by her mother's sacrifices, that's huge here.
But the main thing, I think, is that message Neha delivered so powerfully. Respect isn't earned through status or clothes or connections. It's fundamental. It's human.
Exactly. Every single person deserves it. And this story, while it happened in Singapore, it really holds up a mirror, doesn't it, to all of us. How often do we make those snap judgments, maybe unconsciously, based on how someone looks?
It's uncomfortable to think about, but important, which leads to maybe a final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah, consider this. What if Neha hadn't been the collector? What if her identity was never revealed? What happens to Vimla Devi then?
Does justice, does basic respect only happen when someone has power or status? Or should there be something more fundamental in society ensuring everyone, regardless of their clothes, is treated with dignity?
What systems should protect people when individual authority isn't there to step in? That's something definitely worth mulling over.
Absolutely. Something to think about until our next deep dive.